Hey Kev, it is Tuesday. So I decided that I wanted to take that game that I made for the video last week and kind of make it into a casino game that could be played like blackjack or craps at a casino. So when I think of a fun casino game, I think what kind of really draws people in and makes people have a fun time is that when you lose quickly, but when you win over a long period of time. So you kind of remember more the winning because it took a long period of time. There was more up and down, there was more excitement to it. Whereas the losses happen kind of quickly and can be, I guess, shaken off. That's the thought, anyway. Uh, but you've been waiting all week for the answer to what are the odds for this game. And I don't know if you were curious about this, but I was curious about like the average number of rolls it would take to complete a game and kind of the distribution of how long the game would take in terms of number of rolls. So, without further ado, here is the code that I wrote to solve that problem. All right, so just to see how this works, we run one game. This one ended in a loss and took 10 rounds. Can run it again. This one was a win in 7 rounds. Here I have a little function that runs the game X number of times and keeps track of how many wins, how many losses, the total number of rolls that it took overall, the total number of rolls in wins, and the total number of rolls in losses. Long story short, we have some results. So let's try, we'll do 1,000,000 games to see what that looks like. And there we have it. About 43.5% wins, 56.5% losses. One thing I wanted to show today with the program is just what the kind of distribution of how many rolls it takes to win versus lose looks like. So I made this function to create a table of the number of rolls and get a little histogram. So this is for the total games. So you have at one roll, there's a 10% chance that the game will end. And going back to here, we had our average at 5.2. So you see 5, this is the average right here. And then looking at the wins and the losses. So for the wins, you have this kind of gentle slope going out because in the beginning, the amount you're increasing by is very low. So your odds of winning in the lower rounds are pretty similar to the odds of the first round. Whereas for the losses, the range is increasing quickly with that linear pattern, but tapers off a little bit quicker as well. Yeah, going back to how close these two numbers are, I'm going to make some adjustments to this game. And one of the things I'd be looking at is making it so the games that result in a win do have a significantly longer average number of rounds relative to the losses. Another thing I want to look at is potentially adding some stakes in here to kind of even out the fairness of the wins versus the losses. So maybe even though you're only winning 44% of the time, that you win a little bit more when you win versus the amount you lose when you lose. A few different things I want to look at, but that will have to wait until next time. I think that's all I have for this program today, though. Well, that was kind of fun. So, yeah, let me know if you have any ideas for ways to make this game more interesting. If you have any little gimmicks you think would be cool to add. My video next week will probably be me messing around with the controls of that program a little bit, seeing what can get a little differentiation between the number of rolls for wins versus number of rolls for losses. Well, that's all I have for today. I will see you on Friday.